Hello everyone, today we will be repressing this elf eyeshadow from my Pandit palette, and then we will be repressing these three eyeshadows from Essence Eye Size Baby, as well as this terracotta eyeshadow from Essence Bronze This Way. In order to scrape the eyeshadows, I am using a toothpick. I really like using toothpick because it's very sharp. It can get into the edges really well, whereas sometimes makeup spatula can be a bit thicker and it does not get into the edges as well as a toothpick. I am breaking down the powder, but I'm not too concerned about making a fine powder because when we are going to mix alcohol in it, it's going to dissolve these particles. So that's the reason I'm just trying to make a nice powder but not super fine. I'm also scraping this shimmer eyeshadow, but I will be dry pressing it. So I won't mix alcohol because I think that might change its formula. And this is how it looks like. So I keep alcohol in this empty ordinary serum bottle simply because it's a glass bottle and the dropper is also made of glass, so it's not going to react or anything. I don't think alcohol reacts with plastic either way, but dropper gives so much control over the amount of product you want to pour rather than just pouring out of the bottle or putting it in the cap first and then putting it into the eyeshadow. Dropper is so much easy. And now I am just mixing my eyeshadow and alcohol. I just want to mix it super well so that all of those tiny particles, powder particles, are mixed super well with our mixing medium, which is alcohol. In this case I'm using 70% alcohol because that's what I have left from my previous bottle. Now I also have 99% rubbing alcohol, but for now I am just using that one because I want to finish it up, and this is something that I have not put alcohol in, and that's why I'm just dry pressing it, and hopefully it's gonna stick together. This eyeshadow is somewhat emollient, so I think it's going to stick together if I just dry press it, and there's not a lot of it left either way. I will be able to use it up in a couple months. And now let's move on to pressing our rest of the eyeshadows. I'm pressing it really hard and then I'm letting it sit there for quite some time so that it absorbs all the liquid, and that way it really doesn't stick to the napkin itself. Napkin also doesn't have a lot of texture, so the final product is pressed very smoothly. And let's do the same for this beautiful terracotta eyeshadow. I really love how it looks on me. It is a beautiful blush as well. It gives a really nice warm color to my cheeks. There is a lot of product in here. I could have waited on repressing this eyeshadow, but I was repressing other eyeshadows, so I might as well just do it as well. And now I'm mixing alcohol. I mixed a bit too much, so I'm gonna set it on the side. And last but not the least, I will be repressing this pink eyeshadow. There's not a lot of product remaining in here, so I am crushing up whatever is in here. And it's so satisfying to crush up tiny pieces of eyeshadow. This was very little product, so I'm able to get to each and every one of them. Oh, it is so satisfying. And it's time to put some alcohol in. So using this dropper, I'm carefully putting in a few drops and I'm setting it aside to settle it down. I won't be mixing it with a toothpick or something. I just want it to sink in. And now using the same napkin, I have reversed it, so I will be pressing this eyeshadow that we had let sit for quite some time so that alcohol breaks down all of the pieces, I mean the tiny ones, so that we don't really have to mix hard. And now it is really fine. It's a fine paste, and you can see it has absorbed most of the alcohol. And if you are using a napkin that is really thick, it is going to absorb the liquid and the product or the paste would not stick to the napkin itself, so it will be very less messy and you won't be losing any product either. And I'm going to be doing the same thing for next eyeshadow, and while I'm doing it, all of the other eyeshadows that we have already pressed down, they are drying, and hopefully in a couple hours all of these eyeshadows should be ready to go. Woohoo, look at that. They look so nice and it'll be so much easier to use them. And this is what my napkin looks like. Look at that. It looks like a work of art. It kind of absorbed the pigments in those eyeshadows, pink and blues. And these are the eyeshadows dried up. It looks good. I'm so excited to reach for these eyeshadows now. Look at that, has a tiny pen. And these ones, I'm hoping I can finish the bottom right shade this month, as well as that light blue. And this elf shade, I think I can finish it in a week of dedicated use. There's not a lot of product in here. And that's all I have for today's video. Thank you so much for sticking with me until the end. I hope you have a wonderful day or night, depending on when you're watching my video, wherever in the world you are. I will see you in my next one. Until then, take care. Bye.